Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukinous Monster. Today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series Scar Trooper Mike. Now, this one is a part of the Lucasfilm publishing line, which basically means that it's a comic book figure, which I actually really dig. I love the previous comic book figures they've done in the past, but this is actually the first one they've done with the plastic-free packaging, and I'm not a big fan of what they did here. But before I do get into that, taking a look at the cover here, I gotta say I really like this artwork. Now I do think this is a little confusing, basically showing off that this is Trooper Mike, because Mike's right here, so you'd think this would be Sergeant Krill, but no, this is this is Trooper Mike, and so that's a little hard to tell, but obviously you flip to the back, you can see which one it is. So I do like they added this on here, and you do have all the little comic book pieces of him along the side and top, which I do really like, even the bottom as well, so some nice touches there. But again, it's when we flip it open that I don't really like this. I do like the bio here. You can pause and read it if you would like, but we do have this nice artwork of Mike, and that looks great. I love that. It's when you get to this here with the 3D render, I just don't like this. I don't understand why you would have it flip open if you weren't gonna show the figure. It almost just feels a little pointless to me to even have this flip open. Now, I think what you could have done is took this entire image here and put on the back, put this thing on the side, and that would have helped a little bit, but I just don't understand why this flips open. It doesn't make any sense to me. What I think they should have done if they wanted to do plastic free is they should have done what they did with the War on the Bounty Hunters Boba Fett, where this one is also completely plastic free, but it's an open box. Now, obviously that means you can go in and you can touch the figure and everything, but I do think that this would have been much better for a plastic free package. So I wish they would have done that, but anyway, enough of the packaging. Let's go ahead and get this guy open and take a closer look. Alrighty, so we got Scar Trooper Mike out of the box here, and I gotta say, he is looking really good. I think this is a perfect example of a figure that you can fall in love with without knowing anything about the actual character. For example, I never read the comic that this guy is from. I never read the Scar Squadron comics, but I love this figure. I'm just a huge Imperial Stormtrooper fan, so anything like that is Stormtrooper adapted, I think is great. So this guy is looking incredible. He does have a few new molds here. The helmet is a brand new mold, which I will get into in a little bit, as well as this backpack here, which is held on in a very interesting way, and I had a little bit of trouble with it, but not too much. So overall, pretty good looking figure. So to start off, of course, the rest of this dude's body is just the standard 2020 Imperial Stormtrooper body. Like I said, the only new pieces here are the helmet and the backpack, and then this wrist gauntlet piece is a part of the previous, I believe it was the Sergeant Krell figure, or Creel, so that is reused from that figure. But looking at the helmet here, this mold is incredible. I love the details that they did on the forehead of the helmet here. It looks really nice, and I think the coolest part of this figure is the blue glowing eyes. I think that it looks incredible, and it's definitely my favorite part of the figure. He also does have this nice little antenna piece here, looking pretty cool. Then the back of the helmet looks like a standard Imperial helmet, but here you can see the jetpack piece, and this piece is actually held on really interestingly. It's not a peg, it's just held on by kind of clicking in there, and I don't really like it very much, just because it doesn't want to stay on very well. So you can kind of get it to click in there, and it'll stay, but it's one of those where if you just kind of touch it the wrong way, it'll fall off. But I found a way to click it in there real good that time, because it does not want to fall off now. So funny how that works for the review. But these little pieces on the side here, they come actually squished together, and you can pull them out to give a little bit more motion to that jetpack. So it's nice that that is articulated. But yeah, other than that, he is just a standard Imperial Stormtrooper. I do really love the black accents they added here. I love the little black stripes they added to his I guess ab area. That's super nice, as well as the little hash marks here on the chest. I think that's a really nice touch as well. Really brings this figure together, and overall I think he's just a pretty badass looking Stormtrooper. So going over articulation, he has the exact same articulation as every other Imperial Stormtrooper that we've gotten on this new clone body, but to go over it, he does have two ball joints, one at the top of the head and then one at the bottom of the neck, so nice range of motion at the neck. It can go in any way you want it to go, which is super nice. The shoulder pads here are on a little O-ring that is inside of the chest, and so you can bring up the arm into a T-pose if you'd like, and the shoulder pad does not get in the way, which is nice. And I just hit this wrong, so the jetpack fell off, but I'm going to keep that off just for articulation. Now, his chest piece here is loose, which is nice, so I do like how that kind of makes it more accurate to what the Stormtrooper armor would really look like, but you can go put that all the way around here, and like I said, it is on a little O-ring, so it doesn't get in the way of articulation at all. Looking at the elbow, well past 90, which is great. He does have a horizontal hinge on the left wrist and a vertical hinge at the right wrist. As far as the ab crunch goes, he's got another ball joint at the ab, so it can go in any way you'd want, which is super nice. Leg does start to get a problem. This little pointy piece at the top of the armor does get in the way of the hip, and so you can get it to kick out really far, but you have to twist the leg. Not a big deal though, because the knee does twist back, and so you could get him into some nice kneeling positions. No trouble. Like I said here, the knee does get into about 50 degrees, and then he does have a pivot as well as a rocker at the knees, so pretty good articulation that way. And then he can get into about that much of a split, and that is about as far as he can kick forward and back. So not too bad. Overall, pretty solid articulation, and it's much better than that original Black Series Stormtrooper body. First up for comparisons, we do have some other Stormtroopers in the line. So first up, we obviously have Sergeant Creel on the right. Now this one is going to be the other member of Scar Squadron that we have in the line at the moment, and I'm really hoping we start to get more members, but these two look great together right now, and I can't wait to get more members in the future. But then we do have just a standard Stormtrooper on the left here. This is the Mandalorian version on that 2020 body, and like you can see that they're very, very similar figures, but they look great together, and like I said, I'll collect any Stormtrooper they make because I love Stormtroopers. Next up, we do have the Jedha Patrol Trooper on the left and the brand new Gaming Greats Rocket Trooper on the right. Both are looking incredible. These two are practically the same figure. Only difference is, of course, the backpack and the weapons here. Then the pauldrons are different as well. But yeah, exact same body, but it's crazy how different they look here. And again, these are all Stormtroopers, so they look really, really good next to Mike here. Looking incredible. And then last up for comparisons, we do have two troopers from the Mandalorian, with the Incinerator Trooper on the right, and the, I guess, Mortar Trooper. He's also known as, I want to say, the, like, Infantry Trooper, or something like that, or the, I don't know, it's a weird name, or the Artillery Trooper, that's what it's called. But anyway, we've got those two here, and again, looking great next to Mike. I do think the yellow and red don't really match with the kind of blue theme of Mike here, but either way, again, they're Stormtroopers, and they look pretty dang good together. So, overall, I gotta say, I love this figure, and I have absolutely zero connection to the character at all, and that's what I really like. I like the fact that I can like this character without knowing anything about the figure. I think, on the surface, he's a just super, super cool-looking Stormtrooper with a jetpack and some blue eyes. Like, it's just a cool-looking trooper, and that's what I like about it. He's just a nice figure, and so I think now I have to definitely go out and find out some more stuff about Scar Squadron, just because of this figure, but I gotta say, he's gotta be one of my favorites of the year so far, and, you know, at the end of the day, he's just a cool-looking Stormtrooper, so really excited for this one, and I'm really, really hoping we'll get the rest of Scar Squadron here in the future. I think the next one we're gonna get is this Sniper guy. He looks to be very, very similar to a normal Stormtrooper, but with just some kind of, like, hood and poncho, so I don't think he'll be too hard to make for Hasbro, and hopefully we get the big boy in the back here, as well as this guy too, and so hopefully one day, but, you know, I'm just hoping we get Scar Squadron at some point. But yeah, cool looking figure, and definitely one of my favorites. So if you guys did enjoy, the like button and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.